Hello everyone and welcome to a part 2 of a previous video I just did for this game called Crymachina or Crymachina. We just heard Make Flower Crown, and I'm going to jump into this one. And these are going to be two different songs called Fight 6 Deus Ex Machina Logos and then Fight Lord of Eden. Both also feature Inoa Hikaru Tono, just like the last one. Both are from the channel Sakuzio Official, requested by Camerson1313 and Robert. Okay, so I didn't talk about the previous two songs because I just wanted to wait for this one. So this is part 2 of the Crymachina. Let me know if I'm saying that right. This is Fight 6 Deus Ex Machina Logos. Quite a title. It reminds me of something out of like what's that one game with the weird song titles? Archonelico. It's a lot to take in. Really cool percussion though. Different sounds of percussion all over the place. Oh. It also kind of reminds me of 13 Sentinels. I'm going to move on to the next one. So this is like a first for me. I'm going to hear 3 songs technically without even saying anything. I just kind of want to experience the whole ride. This is a long one too. So this is Fight Lord of Eden. There's a motif of Make Flower Crown. That's in part 1. I'm just kind of collecting my thoughts too. Like, I kind of feel like I can talk about all four of these the same way, even though they're different. You know what I mean? There's like just a abstract nature to it all together. Ooh, this is cool though. It really does remind me of Library of Ruina, like a lot. A lot. Oh, this is building up. This is basically Make Flower Crown, but like times 10. Which leads me to believe this is like later in the game, like a callback kind of thing. Oh, that's fast. The tempo's not that fast. But the like synthesizers are doing fast stuff. My god. I'm just imagining playing a game and hearing this, you know what I mean? That's like the obvious thing to think, but I'm really thinking of like playing a game and then this comes on. Like, I feel like this would stop me in my tracks. With no context, by the way. It's interesting because now the vocals seem like they're more in the background as opposed to being up front. They're still there, but more ambient now. This electronic orchestral thing is so bizarre. Bells. There were some bells there for a second. Oh, that's sick. Final boss, mayhaps? Long fight? Lord of Eden. I think I'm gonna have more questions than like analysis for this. There's a lot of curiosity being drawn. Yeah. This is music that can definitely be heard like outside of a game too and still be very enjoyable. You know, like I could hear myself cleaning the kitchen with this playing in the background. But it feels like a really emotional, like, crusade. Or maybe not a crusade, but like more like a destiny, like final place. It's got that emotion attached to it too. There's still 2 minutes left. Oh, now the percussion is getting punchier now. It's strong now. That's so cool. The evolution of like things sounding in the background to now in the front. The vocals sound clearer too. Sounds kind of spiritual too. Like it just sounds like a self-journey, I guess I can put it that way. Yeah, dude. Oh my gosh. Wow, I feel like I have to clap. Violins, pianos, drum and bass, orchestral. We are descending. I feel like it's going to end with a single note that fades out. Ding! Damn. Well, this is a very unique situation and video on this channel because it's a part 2, which I never do. It's very, very rare. I actually don't even know if I've done it before. Probably, I don't know. Who knows? But the idea of hearing something first to catch the motif, and not only that, is I heard them on separate days. Part 1 was not today. You know, that was a different day. And initially I wanted to do them together, like all at once, but I wanted to kind of try something new. I wanted to try, because I don't have any like formula for these. It's all different. You know, I just happened to be tired when I finished recording those, so I slept, and you know, now here's another day doing it. New ears, new perspective. So I wanted to see if that affected anything, and because usually I barely remember anything because I hear so many songs. But this time the only thing keeping me that barrier was only a few hours in between. So it was nice to kind of hear that callback because it felt sort of like how it probably plays in the game. This feels like a callback to me. I think the first 2 songs I heard, the Make Flower Cry or Make Flower Crown, were, I don't know where they play. I don't even know what kind of game this is. I don't have my phone to look it up either, and I kind of don't want to know. I don't know if it's an RPG, action, I don't know. I have no clue. But these last 2 definitely I'm going to assume are battles because they both have fight in them in the title. But not only that, is they have the higher energy, the drum and bass, the jungle beat, and just the whole musicality of them is wild to me. There's so many knobs being turned. There's so many, like, it almost feels, I don't know how to, like, what the metaphor for this would be, but it almost feels like tactile. Even though you can't feel what's going on, like, there's just so many, like, moving parts to these songs that I can't even imagine putting it all together and mixing it and mastering it. It's a lot. It's a lot, you know? Sometimes it sounds like the song's created and then the vocals were made after. Or sometimes it feels like the vocals were created first and then the song after. Like it's all over the place. Deciding when to introduce different rhythms, when to slow it down, when to just focus on like ambience. It's a lot that happens in such a quick amount of time, you know? It reminds me of a long time ago. I don't know if it's still done anymore because CDs aren't a thing, but the idea of like long mixes, I don't know if you guys know about that, if you ever listened back then and like on the radio or like DJ mixes, you know what I'm talking about, like long extended like hour-long mixes of songs just for the purpose of like, you know, no commercial break and just kind of dancing and, you know. This reminds me of sort of that, but like condensed into a package of like 5 minutes. You know, it feels like multiple journeys and then you just kind of arrive. So the first two songs, which I didn't talk about, basically it's a short thing to say. It established the motif, da da da, and just kind of gave me like a taste of her vocal style. I'm not sure if her vocals are all over this game or if it's just like in these songs. I have no idea if the rest of the soundtrack is like this or if it's just this collection of songs. And then these two were, yeah, they definitely felt like their own thing, but very similar. I know that, like, it sounds weird to say that 4 songs were similar, but that's also not too far-fetched either. You know, a lot of songs in the soundtrack can sound similar. Even in like an RPG that has like 60 songs, you'll hear motifs all over the place and they just like reuse melodies but kind of like twist them a little bit. All of these songs sounded like they belonged within the same, let's say, chapter, whatever, you know, something like that, like the same hour of gameplay. It felt like that. But the last one, Fight Lord of Eden, that felt very final to me. Not only with the callback of Make Flower Crown, but the length of it, the journey of it, and like the whole like peak and then downward momentum of it. It just made me feel like I went through the entire, like the whole story right away. So my questions are, there are going to be plenty, but let's see if I can remember them. Basically, I want to know, like, who is Sakuzio the composer? Is that the studio? Does it say? It says, okay, it's composer Sakuzio. Lyricist Asparagus, ASPRGUS. Lyricist Fuyuki Hayashi. So so is this like a known developer, or did this come from like an anime adaptation? Was this a single IP? Is it related to Crystar? I think Crystar is also like related a little bit somehow. I know nothing of this. I've never seen gameplay, never even heard of it, nothing. I just know it has like somewhat of a following, and in many ways it reminds me of sort of what is it? Project Moon, which I've described. These songs sound like Library of Runa to me, or vice versa. You know, if you like these songs and never heard of Library of Runa, I highly recommend any Library of Runa song that features Millie, or I can just tell you a song right now that I did not too long ago, and that was From a Place of Love. And yeah, you'll see kind of the comparisons, not only with the style, the vocal style, but like the musical style as well. And it's really cool. You know, I'm not a vocal expert, so I don't even know what you would call that style of vocal. This sort of like light, feathery, sort of higher pitched tonality, but it's really nice and I like it. And I don't have a setting for any of these. Like, nothing came to mind except for maybe I'm gonna go off of the visuals of these thumbnails, that it's a very artistic game. And the part of me tells me like it's very fast. I don't know what that means. I don't know if it's like linear fast or a lot of visuals moving quickly, like space kind of. I don't know. It's just a lot of questions. It was more like me just floating through the songs. But I think the main thing that like brought me joy, and the last thing I'll say is, you know, I've played a handful of games. Now, I didn't really play games too much before doing the auditorium. I did here and there, but you know, now I'm playing again because of my curiosity of these songs. So I'm putting myself in like the driver's seat of just imagining playing whatever after a couple hours, and then something like this would come on. I feel like this would definitely like stop me in my tracks and just kind of like, whoa, like, whoa, you know, this is deep. And that's pretty much the overwhelming feeling I got over for all of them. but especially the last one. I feel like this last one, Fight Lord of Eden, was a kind of perfect wrap-up for all 4 of them. So I'm not sure if they play in order. I'm not entirely positive. I do know, though, the requester wanted me to hear these in a certain order, so maybe. But that's pretty much the extent of the context. I didn't get much more of that. I think, if I believe correctly, I will get the context when the day comes. So, whatever that means. So let me know, what is Crymachina? I don't know. My brain says Machina, but okay. Also, the singer, is she in something else? You know, is this a collaborative effort? I don't know, but it's very, very good and it's very impressive. Wow. That's it. Long story short, wow. That is the series of part 1 and 2 of Crymachina from Sakuzio Official. And would you believe it? There's still more because I have to go return back to Crystar after this. That should be fun. Okay, so maybe this is actually a part 3. But no, this is that's that. Thank you, Camerson. Thank you to Robert as well. Thank you to all the commenters and requesters and all the patrons that you see on screen. I couldn't be here without them. My name is Jesse in the auditorium. Take it easy.